Good afternoon, PM Pat Chat covering the futures market. This is Bob Iacchino from Pat Trading Partners along with my co-founder Mike Arnold. Only piece of economic data before I turn it over to Mike that you may need to pay attention to later in the evening. Well, two. I mentioned them on this morning's updates. You have the Japanese machine orders, which comes out at 6:50 Central Time, 7:50 Eastern Time. That's the month-over-month number is the one that will matter. Previous month, it was down 3.2%. This month, it's expected to be up at 3.7%. So almost, completely reversing and more the prior month's number. So that's the reason why it matters. Otherwise, it's kind of like a medium level number. And I mentioned this morning as well, but you've got China's consumer price index, the year over year for March, and the producer price index year over year for March. Consumer price will matter more. Last month was up 0.8. This one is expected up 1%. And the producer price is expected to be slightly lower, 7.5 versus 7.8. Today, during the course of the day, early on, the equity markets took the geopolitical tension seriously. Gold did as well. Markets fell, triple digits on the Dow. Gold rallied, had its best day since mid-March. As the day progressed, equities took back most of those losses, ended only down slightly, pretty much unchanged, and gold actually hit a 5-month high. So gold currently is taking geopolitical tension seriously. Gold is leading this. Equities still haven't taken it seriously. Bonds haven't taken it seriously. Let me turn it over to Mike because it's kind of important now to get your mind wrapped around the charting levels, because this stuff could really break if gold continues to rally higher, which we believe it will. Mike's going to give you both up and down levels on this, but gold is got a bit of a critical close. So let me turn it over to Mike to let you know what he is seeing on the charts.
Okay, thank you very much, Bob. So we have the Dow. We talked about the 50-day exponential moving average, which right now is coming in at 20,550, and a very key level, 20,510 area. We did trade down to that and found support there today and then rallied back, just ending up below our prior broken trend line. If we sell off again tomorrow, minor support at 20,600 to 20,606. Then we're still looking back down to that 20,545. Then the 20,510 to 20 level is going to be very key. If that is broken, we could potentially longer term see trading down to 20,416 to 20,400 is the next level of support. On a move back higher tomorrow, minor resistance at 20,634, followed by more substantial resistance at 20,742. And then on a further rally above that, we have 20,800. And then it's a retest of the prior swing highs, which is 20,887.50. Over to the S&P. S&P also sold off. We talked about that flattening 50, key gain level 50%, and significant level all in that same area, right around 2334 to 2338, which we tested. We had broken the trend line. That was also the defining point of this trend line, which is a very key magnet spot. So we did trade down to that today, rallied back, and ended up above the trend line. If we go down again tomorrow, you're going to have minor support right around 2345, then major support 2338 to the lows today, which are 2333. So there's going to be a major support level in there. If that is violated, watch for a trade down to the next GAN cluster 2318 to 2320 area. On a rally, we have minor resistance 2358 tomorrow. The next major resistance is 2364. Then we have some minor resistance at 2368, followed by a potential retest of this spike high from last week, which is 2375. Over to the Nasdaq. Nasdaq also traded lower, went below our defining point on our trend line, which was 53.8275, then traded down to our first target area right around 53.55. then rallied back to pretty much close on the trend line again. If we go down again tomorrow, that prior defining point is still going to be key, the 53.8275, then the lows today 53.58, and then the next target level down 53.37, followed by the rising 50 at 53.21. On a rally back up, you're going to have resistance right around 54.23, followed by next major resistance is 54.45, and then we have the prior highs that come in at 54.8125. Let's shift over to crude. Crude, another rally up today. Tested our significant level that we've talked about, 53.28. If we get above today's high, 53.43 tomorrow, then watch for a potential run up to the 54.23, which is a 12.5% gain extension level and a significant level. And once that's broken, we're looking for a move up to retest the 55 levels. If we pull back, going to have very minor support at 53.07 to $53. Then we have 52.63, 52.47, and a trend line, key area trend line of 52.36. If that is broken on a big down move, then we're looking at 51.82, where we have a rising 8 and a 25% GAN pullback level. Finally, let's just switch over to gold and silver today, both that made pretty decent sized moves. Gold rallied up very strongly today. It was up, let's see, on a percentage basis, it was up about 1.65% today. Bob was on Futures Now, CNBC Futures Now, talking about a trade that if we got above this high, which was the 1273.30, so we're looking for 1273.40, it was a potential long trade. Looking to 1284.40, that's right in this area, so that is a valid trade with your stop below the significant level, which comes in at 1265.30. I think the stop was at 1264.30, so right down there and above this spike high right there. So that's something to watch for in gold. So on the rally tomorrow, resistance 1283 to 1284.40. Then once that's broken and we get through the next trend line, then we're looking at 1293. If we pull back, watch for potential support right around to kiss this trend line goodbye around 1271. Then the next major support level is this 1265.60. Then slightly below that to 1263.60. Finally, over to silver. Silver also rallied up, pretty much closed on a 12.5% GAN level, 1828, which we've talked about on a continued rally tomorrow, 1844, followed by 1849 are the two resistance levels. And then above that, we're really looking to a run up about 1860. On a pullback, minor support, 1818. Then we're looking at 1807. And then if that's broken, 18 even. That's all we have for you. Back to you, Bob.
Thanks again, Michael. Watch this one again if you need to get the levels down, because if the geopolitical situation accelerates, it'll show mostly in the futures. Obviously, it'll show in the equity markets. Also, we've got the VIX above 15% for the first time since the election. So all of these things matter. Thanks again for watching, and we will talk to you guys in the next Path Chat. Cheers.